Hello everyone. Today we'll be building Chatbot, right? So the stack we'll be making use of is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as the Gemini API. So what we'll be doing, initially we'll be making use of input where we can give the input, and we'll be creating the user as well as the response from the bot will be displaying via API. So these things we'll be doing with the help of as I've said, HTML, CSS, as well as JavaScript. So let's start by creating the HTML file. So I'll just name this file index.html. Also, let me create the CSS file. I'll just give style.css. Let's wait for some time. So yeah, now what I'll do, I'll just go to index.html. I'll just create a very basic HTML template. So here, I'll just change the title to Chatbot by Bharadwaj. So you can give any title, relevant title. So I'll just give Chatbot by Bharadwaj. Next, what I'll do, I'll just link the style sheet as well as give the name and path style.css. Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the MATERIALIZE CSS as well as this one, font awesome. So I'll just cut these things. Let me paste it over here. So I'll tell you how to get these things. Not to worry. Also, let me make use of the materialize.js as well. So this one. Let me cut this one and paste it over here. So how to get these three things? So I'll just open the Chrome, search for cdnjs.com or just search for CDN. So this website. So you'll come here, search for materialize. So here, copy the link tag. This is nothing but this one. I have pasted over here, right? Sorry, I missed this one. Yeah. This one, same thing. Just copy this link tag and paste it over here. Next one, I have made use of the font awesome. Do the same thing. Just search for font awesome. So just copy the link tag again and paste it over here. Nothing but this one. I have already pasted these two things, right? Also, I have pasted the script tag. Within the script tag, materialize.min.js, right? How to get this one? So just search for materialize. The first one, same thing itself. Just click on this one. And here, in the asset type, just click on here. So choose JavaScript. So copy this one. Copy script tag and paste it over here after the end of body tag. So I'll just close this one. So I have pasted these three things, right? Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of let me import the modules. So how to do that? Let me make use of the script tag. Within the script, what I'll do, I'll just give type import map, right? This one. Within this one, let me import the module from the certain URL. How to do that one? This one. Let me copy this one. Or let me just cut this one. Let me paste it over here. So what I have done here, I have imported this module at Google Generative AI /generative-AI. This one is a module from where? From the URL, this one, https ecm-run Google/generative AI. So again, I'm telling what we have done here. We have imported the module, this one, at Google/generative-AI from the module, from the URL, this one, this URL, right? So this is it. Next, let's start writing the HTML code. Let me format this document once. Yeah. Let's start writing the HTML code. Initially, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the div and give class name chat-container. Also, I'll just give the depth 5. We'll be styling, making use of materialize CSS. Also, we'll be making use of pure CSS as well. So inside this, I'll be making use of one more div and give class name header. So within this div, let me make use of the h1 tag, and within the h1, I'll make use of span tag. So within span, for this span, I'll just give class name gradient text. Also, let me give the text Chatbot by Bharadwaj. So after this span tag, within the h1 itself, I just want to make use of the image. So I'll just make use of the image tag, and let me copy this image. Let me cut this one. So yeah, let me paste it over here. So this is nothing but the profile image. You can give any image of your own, your image or anything that is relevant. So after this one, I'll just give all profile image. I'll just make this one capital I. Also, let me give class name profile hyphen image. So this is it for the image tag. So next what I'll do, after closing of this div tag, let me create one more div. I'll just give ID of chat hyphen box class chat hyphen box. So this is it for this div basically. So after this one, after closing of this div, let me make use of one more div. So within this div, I'll just give class of input hyphen grow. Within this div, let me make use of input. Type will be text itself. ID user hyphen input. Also, let me make use of the placeholder, and let me give the placeholder. So just give me a second. I'll just give type a message, right? So after the input, so let me make use of the button. Within the button, I'll just give ID of send hyphen button. Also, let me give the class name purples. Let me give darken 4. Also, let's style this. I'll just give style height of let me give 40 pixel. This is fine. And button, for the button, I'll just make use of the icon, font awesome icon. I'll just give I class. I'll just give for paper plain. So this is just the send button icon. I have just made use of the font awesome icon. You can make use of any icons, right? So of your choice. Let me copy the same thing twice. So there will be 3 buttons basically. Send, one is microphone icon. Also the last one is stop button. So I'll just copy the same thing. Let me paste it over here twice. So this will be send button itself. This will be speak button. So class will be same, and here, just give me a second. This one, let me delete this one. This is for microphone. Same thing. And here, this one, instead of send, I'll just make this one to stop button. The class will be same. And again, this one will be, instead of paper plane, I'll just make this to stop. So this is it for the buttons. So after the end of this div tag, let me make use of the footer finally, right? I'll just make use of the footer tag. Within the footer, I'll just give class footer. So within the footer, I'll just make use of the paragraph tag, where I'll just make use of the HTTP entity ampersand copy, just to get the copyright symbol, right? Just give all rights reserved, chatbot by, sorry, what did I do? Chatbot by, I'll just make use of span tag. Within the span, what I'll do, let me make use of the anchor tag. Href, I'll just give this one. I have given my YouTube link. You can give anything here. This will just redirect to my YouTube channel. So you can give any website of yours or anything that is relevant over here. So within this one, let me give Bharadwaj. So whenever I click on the Bharadwaj, this will redirect to this YouTube channel, right? So this is working properly. Then what I'll do, let me do one thing. After this, after the end of the body tag, so what I'll do, I'll just make use of the script tag, and type I will give module. Also src. So let me create the JS file as well now itself. So yeah, I'll just move this one to right side. So I'll just give, so let me give, what happened here? So yeah, this has become slow, I think. Index.js. So this is working properly. So this is it for the HTML, and also why we have given script type equals module. We are importing the module over here, right? This one at Google/generative-AI. We'll be making use of this module basically from the URL, this one. So this is it for the HTML. Let me format the document once. Let's start writing the CSS file. So initially what I want to do, I want to make use of the Poppins font. For that one, I'll just open the Chrome. So let me search for Poppins font. Click on the first link. Get font. Get embed code. Import, select the import and select these 3 lines. I'll just copy this one and let me paste it over here. So let's style for the body tag. So I'll just come here again. Let me copy this line. Sorry, just give me a second. This one. See, let me close this one completely. Just paste it over here. What we are doing for the primary font, the primary font will be making use of in this project is Poppins, and the secondary font will be making use of sans serif if something goes wrong, right? With the primary font. So what I'll do next, I'll just give background linear gradient, just give to right. These 2 colors I'll be making use of. A3, sorry, 673 I'll give AB7, as well as one more color, hash FFCDD, these two colors. Next, let me give display flex, justify content center, align item center, height of 100 view height, margin of 0, overflow hidden, color, some dark color I'll just use 000. That is nothing but black. So next, let's style for the chat container. Let's style for the scroll bar within the chat container, right? So how will we do that? Somewhere I have given a given chat container, right? This one, this div, basically. I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. Also, let me make use of WebKit scroll bar, right? I'll just type WebKit hyphen scroll bar. So we'll be styling for the WebKit scroll bar thumb, as well as the WebKit scroll bar track, these three things. So within this one, let me give width of 10 pixel. Also, let me copy this one for now. Let me paste it over here. Scroll bar, thumb, background color, let me give hash 67. This one, I have already given this one, right? So this is showing the suggestion. So border radius, let me give 5 pixel. Let me copy it again, same thing. Let's make use of track this time. Background color, let's set this one to white, nothing but FFF. Next, let's style for the chat container. So I'll just come here. Let me copy this one, chat container. Let me paste it over here. So let me give background RGBA 255 thrice. So 0.9. So let me give box shadow of 0. Triple 0, 0.5. Border radius of 15 pixel. Overflow, let me give hidden. Width of 80%. You can adjust this one based on your choice. Basically, I have given width 80% so that this looks good. You can give 70 or 60% also. Max width, let me give 100%. Display flex direction, let me give column. Also border 1 pixel. Solid black, nothing but 000. Also height of 80 view height. Also margin, let me give auto, right? So this looks good. This is it for the chat container. Next, let's style for the header. So I'll just go to HTML file. Let me copy this one. And paste it over here. So within the header, what I'll do, let me give background linear gradient to right. Same thing, and nothing but white. Also, let me give padding of 10 pixel, text align, center, border bottom of 1 pixel, solid, black. So this is it for the header. Next, let's style for the h1 within the header class. So header will be same. Let me come here. Let me copy this one, sorry, and let me paste it over here. For the h1, what I'll do, I'll give margin of 0, font size of 24 pixel, color, I'll give 67, this one. Also, display, flex, justify content, center, align items, center. So this is it for the h1 within the header class. Next, let's style for the gradient text. So where is gradient text? Let me come here. Let me copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So for the gradient text, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the background, linear gradient, to right. Again, same thing. I'll just make use of this color. The second color, I'll just give #FF 3C AC. Next, WebKit, background clip I'll make use of. Let me give text. Again, let me give background clip of text. Color, we'll set this one to transparent. So finally, margin right of 10 pixel. This is it for the gradient text. Next, let's style for the chat box. So where is chat box? I'll just come here. Let me come here, this one. Within this div, we have given class of chat box, right? So I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. Sorry. Let me give dot here. Here. For the chat box, I'll just give flex 1, padding of 20 pixel, overflow wide, auto, max height of 500 pixel. Also, let me make use of backdrop filter. Let's give blur of 10 pixel. Scroll bar width, let me give thin. This is nothing but we are customizing the scroll bar, right? We are writing the styles for customizing the scroll bar. When you see the UI, you'll come to know. Just follow along with me for now. Let me give scroll bar color, this one. We'll set this one to 3 AB7. This is nothing but purple color basically. Also white. Let me give FFF. Next, let's style for the input. So where's the input group coming from? Let me come here. Let me copy this one. Class of input group we have given, right, within this div. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. So let me give display, flex, align items, center, border top, 1 pixel, solid, black, nothing but 000. Next, background, linear gradient, just give 2 right. Again, purple, I'll use purple and white. Let me give, this is nothing but white. Also, padding of 10 pixel, margin bottom of 10 pixel. So this is it for the input group. Next, we'll style for the input, right? So I'll just give, so let me come here. Let me copy this one, input, paste it over here. Let me come here again. Let me copy this entire thing, type equals text. So just delete this one. Let me paste it over here. Let's style for the input, right? Let me give flex of 1, border. We don't need any border, so I'll just give border none. Padding of 10 pixel. Font size of 16 pixel. Outline none. Background transparent. Color white. Margin right. I'll just give 10 pixel. Also height of 40 pixel. So this is it for the input. Next, let's style for the button. So where is this button coming from? Let me copy this one. Button. I'll just paste it over here. So button, background color of 512.8. So next color, I'll make use of white. Border, let me give none. Padding 10 pixel and 20 pixel. Cursor of pointer. Font size, let me give 16 pixel. Transition, let me type completely. Background color also 0.3 seconds. Height of 40 pixel. Also margin right of 5 pixel. So this is it for the button. Next, let's style for the button on hover. Same thing, let me give, but on hover, right? So I'll just set the background color as 4527 A0. So this is it for the button on hover. Next, let's style for the chat message. So I'll just come here. Where is the chat message? Just give me a second. So here I have made a typo, right? I'll just make this to user input. So for the chat message, we haven't used this one in index.html file. Basically, we haven't. We'll be creating the div in the JavaScript file and giving the class name of chat message. So for now, follow along with me. So while writing the JavaScript file, I'll just explain why we have styled this one. So I'll just give chat-message. So let me give margin bottom of 10 pixel, right? So this is it for the chat message. Now let me give chat message strong. So let me give display inline blur. Also padding of 2 pixel and 5 pixel. Border radius of 5 pixel. Background linear gradient to right. Purple as well as one more color. I'll just make use of white. This is fine. Let me make use of the color this one itself. Also, WebKit background clip. Let me give text. Also, again, let me give background clip of text. So this is it for the strong tag within the chat message class. So next, let's style for chat message nth child odd, right? So let me give background RGBA 103 58 183 and 0.1. This is one thing. Padding of 10 pixel, border radius of 10 pixel. So this is it basically. Next, what will be styling for chat message, same thing but for the even, right? So I'll just make use of this itself. Instead of odd, I'll give even. So let's style for the even. Let me give background of RGBA 255 thrice, also 0.3. Padding of 10 pixel, border radius of 10 pixel. Next, let's make use of the keyframes. Let me give fade in. Let's give styles. Let me make use of from first. Opacity, I'll just give 0. Also, transform, translate by of 10 pixel. This is one thing. Next, 2 I'll give. Let me give opacity of 1. Also, transform, translate by of 0. This is one thing. Next, let's style for the chat message. So I'll just come here. Just give me a second. So I'll give animation. So we have to make use of this one, right? Fade in. So I'll just give fade in 0.5 seconds. Also, let me make use of ease in out so that this looks good, right? Next, let's style for the pre-formatted. So I'll just give white space of pre-line. So this is it for the pre-formatted. Next, let's style for the profile image. So where is this profile image coming from? Here somewhere. So just give me a second. This one, profile image, right? I have given class of profile-image. I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So within the profile image, I'll give height of 14 pixel, width of 34 pixel, also border radius of 50%, margin left of 5 pixel, vertical align, let me give middle. So this is it for the profile image. Next, let's style for the footer. So where is footer? Let me come here. Let me copy this one, footer. This one, right? Sorry. Footer. Have I given the class name? Yeah, class name footer. So color, let me change this one to white. Text align, center, padding of 10 pixel and 0. Position, absolute. Bottom, I'll just give bottom 0. Also width of 100%. So this is it for the footer. Next, let's style for the anchor tag within the footer class. Footer will be same. Anchor tag, for the anchor tag, I'll just come here within the footer. I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So color, I'll just give white. So text decoration, let's remove the text decoration, right? By making use of none. Next, same thing, but on hover. Footer, anchor tag. Let's make use of the hover. So for this one, let me give color blue. On hover, we'll be setting the color blue. Next, we'll be styling the paragraph tag within the footer, right? Footer class. So I just come here. Let me copy this one. Where is the paragraph tag basically? Just give me a second. This one. Let me paste it over here. So display, let me give flex. Justify content. Center, align items, center, also margin of 0. This is it for the paragraph tag inside the footer class. Next, let's style for the span tag within the footer. So this footer and P will remain the same because the span tag is within the P and the footer class. So let me come here and copy this one, pan. Let me paste it over here. Finally, what I'll give, let me make use of the margin left of 5 pixel. So let me format the document once. This is it for the HTML and CSS, right? So let me format this document also once, index.html as well as the style.css. So what I have done is, I have installed an extension called live server. This one, basically what this does is, whenever we make changes in the HTML file, the changes will get directly reflected in the browser so that we don't have to reload the web page again and again to see the changes. So this will be very helpful. You can install it. As well. So I'll just close this one. Let me close this and come to index.html. Let me right click and click on open with live server. Let's wait for some time. So currently this is looking like this. There is some problem with this thing, right? Image. Let's check what I have done wrong. Yeah. Let's correct this one. And after correcting this one, let's start writing the JavaScript code. So here in the profile image, right, this one, basically what I have done is, I have given 14 pixel, change this one to 34 pixel. So let's check once again. So now, yeah, this is looking fine. So with the help of JavaScript, what we'll be doing, so whenever, let me give hello. So if I press enter, we'll be providing the user along with the whatever we have given. Currently I am the user, right? Initially with the user, the hello will be displayed and will be displaying the solution as bot. Basically, we'll be displaying the bot and the bot reply will be displaying next to the bot. These two things we'll be doing with the help of the JavaScript. Basically, we'll be making use of the Gemini API, right? We have already imported the module. I mean Gemini generative AI module, right? If you remember that in the HTML file, we have imported the module. So we'll be making use of Gemini API as we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript. So just give me a second. Let me delete this one. Also, when we hit this button, we can send the text. Basically, we can search for the bot reply. Also, by using this one, what we can do, this one, microphone icon. So, whatever we speak, right, that we are speech to text convert, basically. For that one also, we'll be making use of JavaScript. We'll be taking the help of the JavaScript. Whatever the audio we give with the help of microphone, that will be displayed in the form of text. So the text will be read loudly, and that text can be stopped by making use of this button. So for these tasks, we'll be making use of JavaScript. Let's start writing the JavaScript. I'll just come here. I have already created the JavaScript file, right? So this one. So let me show. 1 second. We have included the JavaScript file as well here. Type module and src. So let's start writing the JavaScript code. So just give me a second. 1 second. So yeah, first what we'll be doing, I'll just import the Google Generative AI library. How to import the Google Generative AI library? So I'll just make use of the import. Let me give Google Generative AI, right? From it. Let me give Google /generative AI. So you can copy this one from here itself. Where is this one, right? At Google /generative AI. I'll just come here. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. At Google /generative-AI. So what we have done, we have imported the Google Generative AI library. Next, what we'll do, we'll fetch for the API key. So I'll just give const API underscore key within the double inverted comma. I have the API key with me. So let me cut this one and paste it over here. So how to get this API key? So please don't copy my API key. I'll just tell you how to get this API key. Just open the Chrome and search for Google AI Studio. So click on the first one or the second one. I'll just go with the first one for now. First link. Let's wait for some time. So yeah, come here, click on the Get API Key in the Google's AI Studio. So when you come here, I have already created my API key. What you have to do is just click on Create API Key. So here you can give the project name and generate the API key. So if you are not able to do that, there is one more thing that you can do. Either you can host some website on the Firebase. So by you can just host the any website in the Firebase, and that website you can see here when you click on the search and choose the same project that you have hosted. So again, you'll be asked to generate the API key. So then click on yes, your API key will get generated. So very easy steps. Then come here. So I have already selected the project, and here you can see API key, right? Just click on this one and let me copy this one. Same thing. You have to copy and paste it over here. Same thing. Let me close this tab. That's it. Please don't copy my API key. Just get your own API key, right? So next, what I'll do, let's initialize the Google Generative AI client with the API key. How to initialize the Google Generative AI client? Let me make use of the variable name GenAI. Let me give new Google generative AI of, we'll just pass API. So we have just initialized the Google generative AI client with the API key by passing the API key here, right? So next what we'll do, we'll get the generative model from the client. How to get the generative model from the client? I'll just make use of the variable name model and let me give GenAI dot get generative models. This one here, let me give model. Let me give the model version. So I'll make use of Gemini 1.5 Flash. This one, right? Gemini 1.5 hyphen Flash. This is correct. What we have done, we have got the generative model from the client. Nothing but this one. The model Gemini hyphen 1.5 Flash. So next, after this one, what we'll be doing, we'll be adding the event listener to the send button to trigger send message function on click. This one, we'll be adding the event listener to this one. For what purpose we'll be adding the event listener? To trigger the send message function on click, right? So just minimize this one. Let me give document dot get element by ID of send button. Where is this send button coming from? Just give me a second. Here, right? We have given the three buttons. One is ID of send button, speak button, and stop button. I'll just copy this one, send button. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. Send button. Let's add the event listener. Add event listener of click, as well as let me pass send message function. So send message function we have not written this one yet. We'll be writing the function in the future. So just follow along with me, right? What we have done here, we have added the event listener to the send button to trigger the send message function on click event, right? So next we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be adding the event listener to the speak button, right? To trigger the start recognition function on click. So let me give document dot get element by ID instead of send button. This time we'll be making use of speak button. Where is speak button coming from? Here. ID of speak button we have given. Let me copy this one, paste it over here. So let me give add event listener of click start recognition. So start recognition function, we have not written this one yet. We'll be writing this one in the future. Just follow along with me. While we write the function, I'll just explain. So next what we'll do, we'll add the event listener to the stop button to trigger the stop pitch function on click. This one, basically for this one, right? So I'll just minimize this one. Let me give document dot get element by ID of stop button. Where is stop button coming from? This one. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. Dot add event listener of click as well as stop speech. So stop speech function we have not written this one yet. We'll be writing in the future. So just follow along with me. Next what we'll do, we'll add the event listener to the user input field as well. This one, user input field is nothing but this one. Why we have to add the event listener to the user input field? Just to trigger the send message function on enter key press as well, right? So while we click on this function also, we have to trigger the send message, send message function, as well as when we press the enter key also, we have to trigger the send message function, right? For that purpose. What I'll do, I'll just come here. Let me give here itself document dot get element by ID of user input. So where is this user input coming from? Somewhere here, right? User input I have given user hyphen input. Within the input, So let me come here and paste it over here. Let's add event listener, or instead of click, this time it will be key press. Let me call the function. Let's pass the event. So if event key, if it is enter, then what I'll do, let's call the send message function. So send message function, we have not written that one yet. We'll be writing in the future. Just follow along with me, right? So this is it. Next, what we'll do, we'll initialize the speech synthesis API for the text-to-speech functionality. So what is this I'm speaking of? Whenever we click on this one, right? When we give the, when we give the audio in the input format, right? That audio will be converted to the text, right? So basically for that one. So we'll be initializing the speech synthesis API for text-to-speech functionality. Also, along with this, when we get a reply from the bot, right, that should be read. For that purpose, we'll be initializing the speech synthesis API. So what I'll do, I'll just come here. Let me come here and make use of a variable name cell. I'll just give window dot speech synthesis. Also, let's initialize the speech recognition API for the speech to text functionality. That's what I said. Here, when we give the audio as the input, that audio will be converted to the text here within this one itself, right? We'll be doing the two things. Whenever we get the bot response, that will be reading it loud, one thing. And also when we give the input in the form of audio, that input will be converted to text. Whenever we click this button and we give audio as the input, that will be converted to the text and it will be shown here, right? So those two things we'll be doing. So I'll just come here. So initially what I'll do, we'll initialize the speech recognition API for the speech to text functionality. So I'll just make use of the const variable name recognition. Let me give new window dot speech recognition. How will we get speech recognition? Let me get this one itself. Just speech recognition, or window dot WebKit speech recognition, right? I have to type this one entirely, I think. WebKit. This is not showing. Okay. Speech recognition, I'll just copy this one. Speech recognition, I'll just delete this one and let me paste it over here. The speech recognition, right? Let me close this one. So after this one, let me give a recognition dot language. Which language will set this one to, and just set this one to US, right? So this has to be capital English US. We are setting the recognition language to the English US. Next, we'll disable the interim results. How we can do that? Let me come here, recognition dot, I have to type this one as well, I think. Interim results. Let's set this one to false. Finally, we'll limit the alternatives to only one. How we can do that? I'll just give recognition dot max alternatives. I'll just set this one to 1. We are limiting the alternatives to just 1. So this is fine. Next, what we'll do, we'll set the variable to control the speech out. So how we can do that? I'll just make use of the variable name stop bot, and initially let's set this one to false. So next what we'll do, we'll write the function to handle sending a message. So let me come to the UI. Whenever we click this one, whenever we give text here, or whenever we give input in the, as audio, that audio will be converted to text itself finally. Whenever we give text here and click on enter, or click on this one, send message icon, that message, we have to handle that message, right? Sending a message. For that one, we'll be writing a function. So I'll just comment over here and write function to handle sending a message. So let me make use of send message function name. So within this one, what we'll do, first we'll get the user input. How to get the user input? Let me make use of the variable name user input. Let me give document dot get element by ID of user input. So where is the user input coming from? Here. Again, I'll just copy the same thing. Let me paste it over here. So we have to get the value, right? Whatever we type. So I'll just give the value. Yeah. So next, if the input is empty, right? So if we don't give any input here, if we press on this one, we have to do nothing, right? We just have to do nothing. For that purpose, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the if condition, not of user input dot trim. So let's return nothing. What we are doing? We are doing nothing if the user input is empty. So until here, everything is good. Next what we'll do, we'll append the user's message to the chat. So whatever we write here, right? Here initially there will be two things. One is user and one is bot. For the user, we are appending the same text what we write here. That one, I'll just come here. I'll just make use of the append message. So what is wrong here? Just give me a sec. So yeah, append message function, we have not written this one yet. We'll be writing this one next basically. So just follow along with me. You'll get to know what we are doing. So I'll just give user along with user input. So what we are doing, we have appended the user's message to the chat. So next, what we'll do, we'll clear the input field after we have appended the user message to the chat, right? So I'll come here. So after we write this one, here it will be, we are appending the same message to the user, right? After that one, we have to clear the this one input field. For that purpose, what we'll do, we'll just make use of document dot get element by ID of user input. Again, I'll just come here. Let me copy the same thing, user input. Let me paste it over here. So we'll just set the value to empty string. So what we have done, we have just cleared the input field after appending the user's message to the chat. So next, let's speak the user's message. So here, whatever message we have appended to the user, right? That message will speak it louder. So for that one, I'll just make use of the speak function or user input. We have not run the speak function yet. We'll be writing that one in the future. So next, after we are reading out the message, we have to get the bot reply also as well, right? For whatever the question that we have asked in the text field, for that one, we have to get the bot reply also from the API. So for that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the fetch reply of user input. So fetch reply function, we have not written that one yet. We'll be writing it in the future. So we have we have to fetch the bot's reply. So for that one, I have just called the fetch reply of user input, whatever the user input that we have given. To that, we have to fetch the bot's reply. So this is it for the function send message. Next, what we are doing, we'll write the function to append the message to the chat box. So let me type it so that it will be easy to understand. So I'll just write function to append a message to the chat box. So how we'll do that one? Let me make use of the append message function name. Let me pass the parameter sender as well as the message. So within this one, what we'll do, we'll get the chat box element first. How to get the chat box element from the HTML? I'll just make use of the variable name chat box. Let me give document dot get element by ID of chat hyphen box. So where is this chat box coming from? I'll just come here. Here you can see this one, right? We have given ID of chatbot within this div. So the same thing I'm giving here, chat hyphen box, right? So we have got the chat box element. After getting the chatbot element, chat box element, what we'll do, we'll create the new div for the message. How can we create the new HTML element? We have to make use of this one, create element, right? Let me make use of the variable message element, and let me give document dot create element of what HTML element we have to create? Div. So we have created a new div for the message. After this one, we'll be giving the class name to the div that we have created. How can we do that? Let's make use of the message element dot class name. Let's set this one to chat message. So while writing CSS, right here, let me come here. While writing this chat message, I said that we'll be making use of that HTML within the JavaScript file. Nothing but what we have done here, I have created the element div and I have given the class name chat message for this div. So I have styled for the same thing here. This one, chat message. Yeah, chat message, these things, chat message and child chat message, odd and even, and child we have chat message, strong chat message. These things basically we have styled for this one, right? Now this makes sense. Next, what we'll do, I'll just set the style message. I'll just make use of the variable style message and set this one to the empty string. So next, what we'll do, we'll format the message directly if it contains the list items. How we can do that? I'll just make use of the if condition. If sender equals bot and message dot includes, it includes star, right? Then asterisk. So basically what we are doing here is we were getting asterisk in the bot reply. So we'll be removing the asterisk in the reply so that looks good. So we'll be formatting the message differently if it contains the list items. So what I'll do, I'll just make use of the variable name list items. I'll just give message. Let me make use of the split. Let me give star asterisk. Also, let me make use of filter. Let me give item item trim if it is not equal to empty string. Let's also make use of the map. What will map? We'll just map I'll just consider item. So I'll just make use of the template literals. Within the li, let me give item trim. Trim is a function, right? So okay. And let me close the li tag after this. Close this li tag, right? So after this one, let me make use of join as well. Let me give join. So yeah, this is it. So let me format the document once. So yeah, now you'll get to know easily. I have made use of split, filter, map as well as the join. Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of style message variable. Within this one, I'll just make use of the template literals. I'll just be calling strong. Here, while writing the CSS, we have style for the chat message strong, right? Nothing but for this one, we are writing strong. Within the strong, whatever we write. So I'll just give sender. Let me close this. Strong. So after this one, let me make use of the UL as well. UL. Let me give list items. Let me close the UL as well. So here, UL also we have style, I think. Here, just give me a second. No. This is fine. So within the UL, we have given the list items, right? So next, else what we'll do? So we'll display the, otherwise we'll display the message as usual. So for this one, for that one, I'll be giving style message equals. Let me make use of let me copy the same thing here. Let me copy this one and let me paste it over here. Within the backticks, I'll just give sender. Also, instead of UL, this time, let me make use of the span tag. Let me give class equals pre-formatted. So, pre-formatted here, this one, right? We have styled the pre-formatted here somewhere. Just give me a second. This one, pre-formatted. This is nothing but this one. We have styled for this one. Span of class pre-formatted. Within this one, what I'll give? I'll just give message. Let me close the span here. So this is it. After this, what we'll do? Let's set the inner HTML of the message element. This is easy. How we'll set the inner HTML of the message element? Let's give message element. Let's make use of the inner HTML. Let's set this one to the styled message. What we have done? We have set the inner HTML of the message element. Next, let's append the message element to the chat box. So how we'll do that one? This is easy. Chat box. Let's make use of the append child of message element. So what we have done? We have appended the message element to the chat box. Finally, we'll scroll to the bottom of the chat box. For that one, I'll be making use of chat. Not here. Chat box. That scroll top will be making use of, and we'll set this one to chat box dot scroll height. So what we have done, we have to scroll to the bottom of the chat box, right? For that one, we have made use of this one. So till here everything is. So this is it for the append message function. So next what we'll do, we'll write the function to speak the given text. So how we can do that? Let me comment this one and write function to speak the given text. So how we can do that? So let me make use of the speak function name speak. Also let me pass the parameter text inside this one. So if send dot speaking, then just make use of the log. Let me give speech synthesis. Just give me a second. Synthesis, right? Yeah. Utterance. This one has to be dot voice. I'll just give speak. So what we have done, we have logged the error if speech synthesis is already in progress. So let's return nothing. If the speech synthesis utterance is already in the process, we'll return nothing. So I'll just give return. So after this one, we'll create a new speech synthesis utterance with the given text. How we'll do that one? I'll just make use of variable name utter this new speech synthesis utterance is there, right? This one of text. So what we have done here, we have created a new speech synthesis utterance with the given text. So after this one, we'll give utter this on end. Let's make use of the function. Let's pass the event. Let's log when the speech synthesis ends, just for the debugging purpose, right? I'll just let me give console log. Let me copy this one. Let me paste it over here. Speech synthesis utterance dot on it. So finally, if stopbot, let me set this stopbot to false. Will return nothing. Just give return. Also, we'll fetch the next reply after the speech ends. So after speech ends, right, we'll fetch for the next reply. So when you see the UI, we'll come to know, you guys will come to know what I was speaking of. Let me give fetch a reply of empty string. So basically, here again, let me make use of utter this on error. Let me make use of the function and pass the event. So let me, for the debugging purpose, let me make use of the console log. So I'll just copy the entire thing. I would have copied the whole line. Let me copy this one. Instead of on end, let me give on error. What we are doing, we are logging any speech synthesis errors. If the error occur, right, so we'll just be logging that one. So yeah, this is it. Next, what I'll do, just give me a second. Let's get the available voice. So whatever we are giving here, right? So this will be appended to the user, and the text that we have given, we are making it read louder, right? So for that one, we'll be choosing certain voice. Also, we'll name that voice. So let me come here and let me make use of the variable name voices and send dot get voices. So nothing but what we have done, we have got the available, we have to get the available voice. So what voice we'll get, let's see. I'll just give this one Gauri voice. So you can give this any, you can consider any voice basically. I've considered the female voice. You can consider the male voice as well. So I'll just give voices dot find. I'll just give voice, not the voices. Here, voice dot name equals, let's set this one to Google UK English female. So what we have done, we have find the for the reading the text, right, that is appended to the user, we are making use of the Google UK English female voice. That one I have set the variable name to Gauri voice. You can set this one to anything. Gauri is nothing but my sister's name basically. And after this one, what I'll do is of the variable name Gauri voice. So what I'll do, let's set the voice to Google English female. So if the voice is available, right, then we'll be making use of this voice. How we can do this? Utter this dot voice equals, we'll set this for Gauri voice. So just ignore this variable name. You can give any variable name. This is nothing but my sister's name I have given. So after this one, let me give, send dot peak of utter this. What this does is basically it will start speaking the text that we have provided. So this is it for the function peak. So until here everything is fine. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to fetch the reply from the AI model. So after the user, right, we have to get the reply from the AI model, right? How we'll do that? For that one, we'll be writing the function. So what I'll do, I'll just come here and let me write for the reference function to fetch a reply from the AI model. So how we'll do that one? Let me make use of the function name fetch reply. Let me give async. So let's make use of the async and await. So here, let me pass the user input as the parameter. Within this, let me make use of try and catch blocks basically. So what are try and catch blocks? I hope everyone knows this one. So if you don't know, try is nothing but it will allow the code block to run. So catch, it will allow the code block to catch the error. So then also there are two more blocks, that is define and throw. Define, what it will do, it will allow the code block to run regardless of any error, and the finally throw, it will define the custom error message, right? So within that try block, what I'll do, let me make use of the variable name result. Let me give await model dot generate content, right? Generate content of user input. Just give me a second. Yeah. So this is nothing but we are generating the content using the AI model. For what question that we have asked, we have to get the reply from the AI model, right? So using this one, we are generating the content using the AI model. So next, let me make use of the variable name response. I'll again give await result dot response. So we are getting the response from the result. Next step, we'll get the text from the response. How we'll do that? Let me make use of the variable text. Let me give await response dot text. So here, this is it. Next, what we'll do, we'll remove the asterisk from the text, also replace the unnecessary white spaces. So while we get the response from the AI model, right here, initially it will be user, next it will be bot. Nothing but for the bot, what we are appending the generated text. I mean, we have to get the we have to generate the content using the AI model, right? For that one, the generated text will be appending to the bot. So that one, for that one, basically from that generated text, we'll be removing the asterisk from the text, as well as we'll be replacing the unnecessary white spaces. How we'll be doing that one? Let me give text equals text dot replace which is nothing but the regular expression. This is nothing but we have removed the asterisk from the text. Next, we have to replace the unnecessary white spaces as well. For that one, what I'll do, I'll just give text. Let me make use of text dot replace this one. Just give me a second. We have to remove the white spaces, right? So that's why I'll just leave the space within the double inverted comma. So I'll just close this one. What we have done, we have removed the asterisk from the input, as well as we have replaced the unnecessary white spaces as well. These two things. So this is it. Next, what we'll do, we'll format the new lines as well. Again, we'll be making use of the regular expression as well. Let me make use of the variable name formatted text. Let me give text dot. Let's make use of the replace. So here, colon slash r. One second. Slash n. Let's close this one. Within this one, let me give, in place of this one, let me give slash n, right? I hope you guys know how to make use of the replace. So these things will be replacing this one by slash n basically. What we have done, we have formatted the new lines. So after doing this one, let me make use of the append message function, and within this one, let me give bot, as well as let's call the formatted text this one, nothing but this one, right? Formatted text. So what we have done here, we have appended the formatted text to the chat as a bot message. That's what we have to do, right? At any cost, we have to append the formatted text to the chat as a bot message. Here, after getting the, initially we have appended the text message what we type here to the user. Then what we have done, we have appended the formatted text to the chat as a bot message. That's what we are getting the reply from the bot, right? Using the AI model. So after this one, let's speak the formatted text. I mean, whatever the reply that we get from the bot, we will be able to speak that one loud, right? For that one, I'll be making use of P of formatted. This is nothing but we'll be speaking, we'll be reading out loud the formatted text. This is it for this function. So next, let's make use of the catch block. Let me give error. Sorry, this is just error. So if something is wrong, here we'll be displaying the same thing. Let me make use of append message of bot. What shall I give? I'll just give sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the server. So what we are doing, we are appending an error message to the chat if something goes wrong, right? By making use of the catch block. So I'll just close this one. Let me make use of P. Let me give sorry, I am having trouble connecting to the server. You can give any error message that is relevant here to this project. I'm just giving this one. I'm having error trouble connecting to the server. When we are facing any error with the AI model, if you are not getting the reply right at that point of time, we'll be displaying these errors. Either sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the server, or sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the server. These things. So this one, after this one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the log just for the debugging purpose. I'll just give error. Let me call the error. So we have passed the error parameter, right? So just let me call the error. So this is it for the function fetch reply. So after this one, finally, we'll write one last function, that is start recognition. We'll just write the function to start the speech recognition. For that one, let me comment it. Let me comment here and write for the reference function to start speech recognition. So how we'll be doing this one? Let me make use of the start recognition function name. Within this, we'll start the speech recognition process. How we can start that one? Just give recognition dot start function. This one, sorry, there is no asterisk here. So yeah, we'll just start the speech recognition process by giving recognition dot start. Also, next, let me give a recognition dot, let me make use of on result this time. Wills function, let's pass the event to the function. Here what we'll do, we'll get the recognized speech result. First we have to get the recognized speech result at any cost, right? For that one, we'll be making use of variable name speech result. Let me give event dot results of 0 within the array. Let me give transcript. So what we have done, we have got the recognized speech result. Next, what we'll be doing after this step, we'll set the user input field to the recognized speech result. How we'll be doing that one? This is easy basically. We'll be making use of document dot get element by ID. So we'll just get the user input from here. So somewhere within this one, right? Input. Let me come here. Let me paste it over here. Also, we have to get the value we'll set this one to speech result. So whatever here we give, we are appending to the user initially, and we'll be reading out loud the same thing. So for that one, what we have done, we have got the value initially from the HTML, and we will be setting, we have set this value to the speech result. So finally, after that one, we have to send the recognized speech result as a message. So send message of this one. So this one. Initially, when we click this one, right, when we give the input in the form of audio, that audio will be translated to text, and that text will be directly, we will be appending that one to the user, right? That also we'll be doing. Send message, that's the reason we are calling the send message function. What we have done here, we have sent the recognized speech result as a message by calling this function. Finally, after this, what we'll do, if some error occurs, right, recognition dot on error function, let's pass the event. So if some error occurs in the process, let me make use of the console log to debug. I'll just give recognition error. Let me give event dot error. So did I do anything wrong here? So yeah, I have forgotten comma. So event dot error. So this is it for the JavaScript. What I'll do, let me format the document once. Let's check now. So here, this is looking like this. Initially, let me give hello. Let me click this one. So we are not getting anything, right? So let's check what is wrong. So what are all the things that I have done wrong is, here in the line number 8, line number 7 basically, sorry, not 8, get generative AI model I have given. So this G has to be capital, not small. And also let's come to line number 46. So here 45, basically here chat message spelling extra S I have given, just delete one S. These two things I have done wrong, and other two things you can ignore. Also you can change that one. Let's come to line number, just give me a second. Here these things are correct, sir. Just come to line number 130 here. This has to be recognition error, right? G, I had misspelled the recognition basically. So this one thing. And also if I have given anything wrong here, then everything is correct, right? So this one in the line number 68, just give the, yes, these two things within the console log we have done a mistake. So it doesn't matter if you can ignore this as well. But other two things you have to change. This one is G, and another thing is here. Let me come to line number, if I this one chat message, just remove the yes. These two things. Now this has to work. Just give me a second. Sorry. A second. Yeah. Also, this one, right? I have added this one. After the speak function, right? We have to, I have added the function to stop the speech synthesis. Basically, whenever the ongoing speech, whenever there is an ongoing speech, right? Whatever that we have given, whenever there is an ongoing speech, there is a button here. If you observe here, this one, right? There is also a button to stop the speech as well. So for that one, we have called the function stop speech, and we have given sync.cancel as well as the stop bot. We have set this one to true. So these things we have changed. And one last thing is, you can observe all the I had made use of the ES6 syntax basically for the function. I had made use of the constant given the function name. I have changed that one to the normal function. So it was not working with the ES syntax. I don't know why. I have just made use of the regular functions instead of the arrow functions, right? So let's format the document once. Now let's check. So let me give hello. Let me click on this one. So this is written. This is, yeah, let me stop this one.
Please provide some context or.
So yeah, now it is saying, hello, how can I help you today? Please provide me with some context. Basically, this is working fine. So what shall I do now? Let me ask something. Tell me a one-liner joke, or give me a one-liner joke. Let me change this one to give me a one-liner joke. Let me click on this. Yeah. Why doesn't scientist trust comes? Because they make up everything. We are getting the reply, right? Also, let's check with the microphone whether it is working or not. Let me ask for, what's your favorite color?
Let me ask for, what's your favorite color?
As a language model, I don't have. So let me click on this one so that this doesn't read further, right? So let me ask, also let me ask, this is given for what's your favorite color. As a language model, I don't have the personal preference for the favorite colors. We are getting the correct response, right? Also, let's ask one more question by clicking this one. What's the capital of India?
What's the capital of India?
So we are getting the response. The capital of India is New Delhi. So let me type for one more thing. Let's check for one last thing. Give me 2 random stories with some stories, each of 2 lines.
2 random stories, each of 2 lines.
So we are getting the 2 stories. The old lighthouse keeper, blind for decades, felt a familiar chill on his weathered face. So this is the story 1, and also the story 2. The tiny robot, programmed for logic and efficiency, felt a flicker of something unfamiliar. Curiosity, it's tilted, its head, its single green light blinking. So everything is working properly here. So also you can observe one more thing. So we can just give what's the capital of France. And even when we click this one, also when we enter here, right? When we press enter key, then also this has to work. Let me press enter. The capital of France is Paris. We are getting right. If we don't want the bot to further read this message, we can just click on this button. So we are getting the answer. The capital of France is Paris. So everything is working properly. Also, I have hosted this one here. By making use of Versal, I have hosted this one. So you can check this website as well. So this is working. Let me give something similar. Let me give hello and
hello. Hello.
Yeah. This is working properly, right? Similarly to this one, I have just reduced the height here so that this looks good and responsive on all devices. So I'll be giving the GitHub link in the description. You can check the GitHub as well. Also, you can check this website. So everything is working properly. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys.